I'm at work right now, so I thought this would be a perfect time to show my planner. As I mentioned before in the comments, this is a combination of STIL Classics and cloth and paper. And as you can see, she is also large and in charge, just like my work bag. But opening it up, again, the skeleton is by cloth and paper. So the binder, cloth and paper. This, I don't remember what these are called. It's like a flute something insert that I'm kind of using to makeshift a hard cover despite the vinyl binder. And I use this in the back as well, you'll see, just to kind of give it some structure, because I do toss this around in my bag. That's why it's so dirty, and I just need to make sure that it lasts. Now for the inserts, I did say that I use STIL Classics. I really loved theirs. I used their 2024 planner, and this year I wanted to kind of makeshift my own, but because I couldn't decide between cloth and paper and STIL Classics, I decided, hey, I'm gonna just combine it. It costs a lot of money altogether, I'm not gonna lie, but it's worth it if you use your planner the way that I do, which is for everything. This is, my life is in here. So opening it up so you can see a little bit more, like really cute high quality paper. This is also from cloth and paper. Usually keep a little folder in here for my stickers or other notes, because I do use them for my planning and all my tasks and project management, etc, etc. And just making sure, oop, here we go. Decorated this, just covering up my contact information, but that is my Instagram if anybody cares. I really like it. Obviously I never got to my vision board this year, but it is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and just skip into June because I had already filled everything out for the month. This little piece is also from cloth and paper. I just kind of like to incorporate their things throughout the binder. Nothing too personal here, so I don't mind sharing it, but also maybe don't pay too much attention to what's going on. Just note that this is kind of how I plan things out. Everything is color coded. I have birthdays, events, work projects, blah blah blah, and then I have notes on the side. This today one, I can't remember if this one came from cloth and paper or from STIL Classics, I'm sorry, but one or the other has them. So this is kind of what my week looks like. I am definitely a checklist person, but I also like to order it in the way that I'm going to get things done. So planner is huge because on a weekly basis I have the checklist format and the vertical format. I'm not gonna lie, I was never a fan of vertical, but I do think it's very useful for listing things out like this. I am more so of this person, but because I have found that I really enjoy having both, I decided to keep both for the year. It's just really difficult because it's so big and my planner is so heavy. So I don't know, as I'm using it to start the year, I'm trying to think about how I can consolidate. Every time I say consolidate, like that never happens, but alas. Just gonna zoom in on what my Monday looked like. I do like that you can track things like your water, which I have not been doing, lol. And I, again, still color coded based off of what my project is. And I have a thing that I do, which is song of the day. Every morning I wake up with a song in my head, so I always track it. I used to post it on my Instagram stories every day, but I got really inconsistent with that, and so at the very least I still do it. So for everybody that knows that I used to do this all the time, just know I never stopped. It's just not public. I do like that it asks you to track your movement and also daily gratitude, because I'm big on that. Then when it comes to vertical format, I basically just reiterate all the things in my checklist, but in the order that I need it to be done, and kind of in like the time blocks that it's going to be done. I'm not a fan, again, of like the time slots that other planners have, but I do like that it's kind of divided into like morning, afternoon, and evening. So I just kind of do as such. Another thing I forgot to show you was that after the monthly calendar, you kind of have your monthly goals, which I really love too, because I'm not gonna lie, this year I have not been keeping to my monthly goals as much, but last year I really did. So it's my fault, but I would say this is very helpful if you are trying to track things like your habits and, you know, what are we reading and what are you trying to do, etc. Like last year my goal was to read 1 book a month because I was really trying to get back into reading, and using this really helped me track that. In fact, I surpassed my goal of last year. So yeah, so that's basically it. I tried to make it quick. I know I probably talked a lot. I actually did make a blank version video tour of this a long time ago, like at the beginning of the year, but I feel like it's not as useful in case you are watching this for research purposes or anything. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for your interest.